Um, I wonder if this is going to help with the contrast. I wonder if I have darker colors on, it's going to help with the contrast. I don't know. Let's see here. Put on the handy dandy vest. Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I know there's nobody in here yet, but anyway, I know YouTube hasn't notified you guys yet, but I do want to welcome you all here, to the ones that may be here or not be here. Um, just gonna let this time go by a little bit, just so YouTube can get the notifications out there that I am live right now. What's going on? Donna Harris is in the house. There we go. Maritza Trumper is in the house. Maritza Trumper. Mimi. Eva. Okay, I see people are pouring in. I know YouTube give you all late things. What's going on, Moose? Darn it, Janet. I'm not saying that's good though. Michael, the JD, Grumpy Stack is in the house. Crooked lamp is bothering me. Oh, okay. Vicky, LJB, I believe Jeannie Roast, Lee Williams is in the house. Yes, we're live. Botsar Felix is in the house. Sean O'Brien, Rena, Wow Clyde, Rosalie Presley, Big Dog Named Vet, Sienna, Robert, LJB, I'm sorry, Explorations, I'm sorry. Thank God I have some time to watch this, he said. Hello, what's going on? Okay, so I see that a lot of y'all are here, and I really appreciate you guys all being here. Make sure you guys, y'all should know the plan by now of all the different things I ask y'all to do. As far as the channel goes, as far as hitting that thumbs up button and double checking to make sure that you are still subscribed to my channel, because YouTube has been and will unsubscribe you from this channel. So I appreciate you guys taking your time out. We already got a super chat in here from Jay Alder. Says, God bless you and your family. Really appreciate that, Jay. Really, really appreciate that. Wait, why is it not letting me pin it? I'm trying to pin his message. Jay, I'm trying to pin your message so I can show up here. I don't know why it's not. Okay, but I appreciate the super chat right there, Jay. There we go. Appreciate that, and God bless you for that. All right, so hi, I've been new to your channel and loving it, from Southwest Virginia. Pamela Kaiser, appreciate that. Harris Household with the $2 super chat says, let's go, Brandon. Right. Yeah, so again, we're about, I'll kick it off at the 3-minute mark. It's kind of like we're all gathering in here right now, right? Hit that thumbs up button, folks. You don't know how to spell Trump name correct. Did I mess up the spelling in the thumbnail? Are you serious? Did I? Let me go on here. I messed up his name. Oh, y'all gotta forgive me. I have encephalobidinitis. So sometimes well, anyway. But you know what? I'm gonna show y'all true international under pressure. So take that. No, I put Trump. No, thank y'all for catching that though, because I'm just so quick that when I got the news, I'm like, oh, let me get this going. Anyway, I think we're good to go now. Appreciate you guys all being here. Again, I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. Welcome to the channel. Make sure that you double check to see if you're still subscribed, because YouTube will unsubscribe you from my channel. All right, so now YouTube seems to have blocked you. I subscribed a while ago, and this is the first video I've seen in a while. The misspelling was funny. Encephalitis, yeah, botanitis, yeah, exactly. Sean, I told y'all that YouTube will unsubscribe y'all from my channel. They unsubscribe me from Candace and Brandon Tatum. They unsubscribe me from a lot of people, and there's no they're not giving me any reason why they are doing it. They give me no reason. But appreciate all the love and everything you guys are saying. The shout outs, Jim Adams, Michael Leandris, is that right? Leonardis, I like that. Team Forwood, Porkia. Black Nietzsche? The heck is that? All right, let's get ready to get into it, folks. If y'all don't know, Donald Trump was pretty much being sued by Black and Fat Letitia James. And she had her eye on his tower. You know Trump gonna talk about that. She wanted my tower. And I said, you're not gonna get it. You're not getting my tower. And I've worked so hard for. But then he had the backing of Kevin O'Leary that came in and has back too, saying that this is going to be dangerous for New York. Pamela Kaiser with the $5 super chat. God bless you for that. So anyway, she sued him for $450 some million with all the taxes and the interest that we're building up is going to be like $460 some million, folks. What Trump was being sued for in the interest every day, some of us, we don't even make that in a year. Can you imagine being in a place where you are being sued, but your interest rate every day is $100 some thousand? That's crazy. So anyway, it got to a point to where things was coming down to the tail end, and they were saying that Trump assets were going to be seized. And Letitia James was in the news. She was all on her truth. I almost said Truth Social. For a fact she's not on there, but she was on Twitter, and I think she was putting out information saying that she is she's going to she has her eye on his building, one of the buildings. Don't quote me. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know if it's Trump Tower or what, but she had her eye on one of Trump's building, and she just kept on wanting her eye on this. And so I did a video some time ago, and I asked you guys, if you an audience, do y'all think that Trump is going to come up with the money some shape, form, or fashion, somehow, some way, or do you think that she actually going to seize the property? So honestly, I told you guys, I just didn't see that happening. That just seemed way too far-fetched for her to be getting his properties like that. So anyway, I said, or do y'all think Trump has that money? So the fact that Trump was going for all these different bonds in different places like that, it is not that Trump was being denied, as a lot of the news media made it out to be. Nobody had that amount of money that they can front him. The bonds places themselves like, dude, wait, 400 what million? You sure you don't mean 4 million? You sure you don't mean 40 million? You do mean, Mr. Trump, 400 million. So they couldn't give, of course, they couldn't afford to give him that money. So anyway, now is going to bring us to this. As of yesterday, Friday, the news stations and all different social media outlets, they were all, Trump is getting ready to have his property seized. He's going to have it seized, while at the same time, some major news dropped that Donald Trump, Truth Social, went on the market, and Donald Trump always going to be inheriting. Now, this is just hearsay. You guys can look it up right now. I don't have a computer to show it to y'all, but supposedly Donald Trump is going to be inheriting $4.4 billion with the Truth Social thing. Yeah, that's what they're saying right now. So I'm getting ready to get into this part right here that I'm reading, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure you guys hit the like button. I see that 150 people have hit that like button while there's 480 some people in here. All right. Am I too loud? Do I need to talk this loud? I just feel like because I'm not in front of my microphone, that I feel like I have to talk a little louder. So if you guys can hear me good at this tone, that'll work too. Cisco said, no way Truth Social is worth 400 billion. Who said that? No, we didn't say Truth Social was worth 400. I didn't say that. I said Donald Trump's supposed to inherit 4.4 billion, not 400. Wait, not 400 billion. Jay Alder with the super chat says, I have to go, Mass. I hope you do this live again soon. Jay Alder, I will, and I appreciate you, and God bless you for the $10 super chat right there, sir. All right, so now right here it says Trump says he has 500 million in cash as lawyers say he can't post 464 bond. Okay. Former President Trump claimed Friday he has nearly $500 million in cash, conflicting with messaging from his attorneys who claim he won't be able to post 454 million bond for his civil fraud case. Now, check this out. This says, through hard work, talent, and luck, I currently have almost $500 million in cash, a substantial amount of which I intend to use in my campaign for president, Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform. Trump criticized New York Judge Arthur Engoron, I don't even know how to say the dude's name, Engoron, and New York attorney Letitia James, who's fat, whack, and black. He criticized her, whom he said knew how much money he had on hand and set the penalty in that range on purpose. Now, y'all have to think about this. For Donald Trump to have that much money on hand and for her to ask for that specific amount, how do they know that? Like, how did she know that Trump had that amount of money? Can you imagine somebody sued you and they sued you exactly for almost to the T the amount of money you have actually in your bank account? That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. So this is on, let me see if I can pull the whole thing. Let's see, Trump Truth Social. So here, this what came up. Trump media merger provides Trump a potential cash lifeline. Having closed the merger of his social media company, Mr. Trump could find ways to raise cash against the value of his stake in the company, estimated at more than $3 billion, is what this says. Former President Donald Trump's social media company and the parent of his favorite communications platform, Truth Social, became a public company on Friday through a merger that will raise Mr. Trump's wealth by billions of dollars and potentially help pay his mounting legal bills. Trump Media and Technology Group is poised to debut on Wall Street at a market value of around $5 billion, based on the $37 share price of his merger partner, Digital World Acquisition Corp. Given that Mr. Trump owns more than 60%, he owns more than 60% of this corporation. Given that Mr. Trump owns more than 60% of this company, his overall net worth will increase by $3 billion, instantly doubling his wealth from $2.6 billion estimate by Forbes magazine that they did back in October. So far, those gains are on paper, and Mr. Trump is unlikely to be able to quickly turn it into cash because of the restrictions in the merger agreement that prevent major shareholders from selling shares for at least 6 months or using them as collateral for loans. But because Mr. Trump controls so much of Trump Media, and because his allies are expected to make a majority of the new board, they could waive those restrictions on his request. They probably gonna waive those. They're probably gonna waive those. The question of where Mr. Trump can raise cash has become an urgent one because he is on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars of legal bills tied to multiple cases against him. Mr. Trump is facing a Monday deadline to cover $454 million penalty in a civil fraud case brought by the New York State Attorney General, Letitia James, which accuses him of greatly inflating the value of his real estate holdings in deals with banks. And if y'all don't notice, I did a video the other day, and I showed you guys how Letitia James is literally defending a person who is in Trump's predicament. The predicament that Donald Trump is in right now, Letitia James is literally on paper right now defending somebody that's in Trump's shoes. She's defending like a person that did supposedly what Trump did. She's trying to prevent them from actually being sued. And actually, in this particular case, there are victims. But she's on this is weird. This justice system is so weird and so corrupt. It's crazy. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna have biases and all that because some of y'all don't like Trump, which I completely get and I completely understand. But at the same time, you have to understand that the law applies to everyone, right? So what am I saying that for? When you have people like Trump and you have them doing this where they can just pull stuff out of the wazoo, you telling me when Trump supposedly did something to this Looney Tune woman who stay out in the woods, thinks she's in Alice in Wonderland, thinks she living out there with the squirrels and the birds, she can come 30 some years later and say that Trump sexually assaulted her. 30 years later, Trump like, I don't even know who she is. I've never seen this woman in my life. Look at her. You think I would, you know how Trump is. And then y'all see her in her interviews. The lady is cracked. She's cracked. So anyway, she wins this lawsuit, getting $83.3 million. The first thing she do, she's telling the people on CNN, we're going to go shopping. I'm going to buy you a car. Would you like a house? Does that seem like the reaction of a woman that was sexually assaulted by Donald Trump? Does that sound like it? So I guess right now, man, I should come out, man, dang, if Trump can get sued at these, I need to come out and tell them that, you know, when I was 4 years old, Donald Trump walked past me and he smacked me in my head and told me to move. So I've been suffering, you know, damage ever since then. Any man that's taller than me, I get anxiety and PTSD. It's crazy. It's stupid. So anyway, he has that lawsuit from that Looney Tune lady, and now this one from Letitia James. And what y'all are seeing right now, the reason I brought that up is that O'Leary made it clear. You guys, a lot of people are looking at it like this is just going to be a Trump thing. This is just going to be a Trump thing. No. If they can do that to Trump, surely they can do that to you and I up in New York. Surely. I mean, if you can just come out and just say, I used this analogy the other day. If you can come out and say, Ty, one time you went past the speed limit. Who saw me do that? Well, nobody saw you do it. Did I hit anybody? No. Did I hit a domestic dog? No. But do you admit that you did at one time in your life, you went past the speed limit? Yeah, I did. Well, we're suing you for that. What? That's almost literally is what's happening right now. There are no victims. Nobody saw a crime. Nobody witnessed a crime. Nobody got hurt. And let me give you all this other analogy for so those of you who are against Trump and you claim to be Christian. Elizabeth Capone Cook, thank you so much for the super chat, $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. You got a little laughing emoji there. Hopefully everybody can see it. Okay, so what I was saying is this. I'm gonna give you guys an analogy for the ones who claim to be Christian and all this, and you still hate Donald Trump, and you said what Trump did was wrong because he inflated his value. Do y'all say the same thing about the cars y'all bought? Huh? I'm keeping it real. All of us know, and we've been told that the minute you buy a car and drive it off the lot, it already dropped and depreciated in value. And you know good and well that whenever you buy a car, you're not buying it for the price that the dealership got at it, do you? Now, is it plausible for us to go back to our dealerships who we got loans from and say we suing y'all because y'all overvalued the pricing of these vehicles? They're gonna say no. Why? Because you agreed to it. So, Ty, what do you mean by what does this have to do with Christianity? I'll tell you what it has to do with Christianity. And it came from the GOAT himself, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ gave this parable, right? Okay. Jesus Christ gave this parable. He talked about somebody that owned pretty much, I'm going to give it to y'all I'm going to paraphrase it for y'all and give it to y'all in layman's term. Jesus gave a parable about a man who was a businessman and he owned land. And this businessman said, hey, come and work for my land. And I'll pay you, let's just say I'm paraphrasing again. For those that's kind of backwards, a little back, I'm paraphrasing again. I'm saying this in layman's term, okay? Dana kissed my grits with the $5 super chat, appreciate that. Okay, so in the Bible, Jesus gave this parable that there was a man that owned a bunch of land. And the man that owned the land, he requested people come and work on the land for a certain amount of money. And let's just say if he told them, if you come and work for my land, I'm going to give you $500. Well, there were people that agreed to it. Some people came early in the morning. They worked from sun up to sundown. They got the money, right? There were some people that came in the afternoon. They worked from afternoon until sundown. They got the money. And then there were people that came the last wee hours of the evening, and they all got the same pay. Now, in that story, Jesus made a really good message there. The people who came early complained. Wait a minute, we've been here from sun up to sundown. Those people right there, they've been here from midday until sundown, and then those other people only been here a few hours. How come they getting paid the same we did? We've been here longer. The people who came midday and worked till sundown, they said, wait a minute, hold on, we've been here for midday. We've been here since the noon and worked from noon to sundown. Why these people who come in here, why are they getting the same amount of pay that we did? They only worked a few hours. Then the man that owned the business said, I simply asked you if you would come and work on my land, and you agreed to the price that I gave. You agreed to it. Now, because these other people came later than you, and some came the last week hours, that has nothing to do with me. I just simply asked, could you come and work for me on my land, and I'm going to give you this much money. So what's the message in that? This right here is exactly what's going on with Trump right now. Nobody was hurt in this case. And the message I want y'all to get is the fact that all parties agreed on this. I don't know all the stipulations they do, but I do know that when you get a home or when you try to sell a property, you have somebody come by called appraiser. As a matter of fact, that's something that's going on with one of my company buildings right now. With one of my company buildings right now, there is a thing where a possibility where somebody can buy one of our buildings, right? And while they're buying one of our buildings, everything is we're making sure that all the things checked out, that the facility is nice, smelling good, everything is up to date. We have dogs going through there, making sure there's no bed bugs or drugs and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you do have to do this, folks, if you know about medical facilities. So the reason why I'm saying that is we have people that are going to come in there and they're going to appraise one of our medical facilities. And they're gonna say we think it's worth this much. And then we might say, well, no, we it's worth this much. The point is the parties all agreed on it. The bank agreed on the value of Trump's properties. And the bank gave him the loan, and Trump paid the loan back with interest. So I ask you, who was her? Well, he in trouble because he overvalued his property. We got inflation going on right now. Can we go in and sue the grocery stores because milk is $9? Bacon, what? Bacon is $10? Bacon is, yeah, my wife knows all the prices. She go through the store. She know all the prices with everything. How much are eggs?
I don't know what kind you get.
But like general?
Eggland's Best is like $3.40.
What were they before? So yeah, my wife is on this stuff. She does all the shopping. So she said like Eggland's Best was like $2 something, and now they're $3.80 something. Okay. So my point in saying all that is, what if I'm just saying, y'all, well, Tar, this is different. No, can we go and say that this stuff is overvalued? Can you imagine going into a grocery store and you get to the checkout lane and you tell them, they tell you your total is $220. Well, look, I estimated all this food to be about $160. So we need to negotiate this. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. The point is, when you went in to go buy even though you know inflation is here, even though like my wife, even though she knows she paid $2 and some change for Eggland's Best, now she having to pay almost $3, $3+ right? $3+ and some cents, whatever. Anyway, my point is, my wife is still going into the store. At one time, you said bacon was what, Bacon was $4. She said, and now bacon is $9. So my wife goes in and buys some bacon. What right do she have to go back to the people who actually put the bacon out there and say, I paid $4 for this bacon last year. Now I'm paying almost $10 for bacon. I'm suing y'all. Y'all overvalued this bacon. Now, can we go and do that? No. So why are they able to do it for Trump? Now, here's the deal, folks. Whether you want to believe this or not, this is flat out a all-out witch hunt to keep Donald Trump from running for president, folks. I'm telling you, think about it. They're trying to go after everything. If Donald Trump had approximately almost $500 million in his bank account, Letitia James sues him for that. And if not, I'm getting one of your buildings. So you're trying to rob him of it. For one, they're trying to rob Donald Trump of his overall reputation. They're trying to rob Donald Trump of his money, and they're trying to rob him of his property. They're trying to completely bankrupt this man so he doesn't get into the office of being the president of the United States. Now, you can be a Biden supporter all you want to. That's great. That's your prerogative. But if you can look at this and say, I don't see nothing wrong here, I like to know why. I would really like to know why. Look, folks, we almost got 1,000 people in here tuning in which I'm really grateful, and I can almost guarantee you or your money back. Half of you are people from MSNBC or CNN. Half of y'all are producers from there because y'all write me in my emails. Half of y'all are YouTube AI. Half of y'all are YouTube moderators who's making sure I'm not saying anything that's going to be hate speech or blah, 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 because people have been trying to turn me in, flagging some of my videos, and YouTube's been overturning it. So YouTube is coming into my lives, making sure I'm not saying nothing that's out of line. There's free speech for you, folks. Look at that. I'm not on the leash. I'll say what I want to. But the point is, people get pissed off at things that I say. So they're trying to go and report it to YouTube like I'm saying hate speech or blah, 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 misinformation. And YouTube has overturned every last one of them. Keep on trying, folks. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Keep on trying. I'm not somebody that's controlled by anybody. I answer to one intelligent being, and that intelligent being is God. And right now, if you look at this situation, ladies and gentlemen, this is a loophole around presidential election interference, period. The CIA, the FBI, whoever these folks is, the Department of Justice, they are being used by the Biden administration to try to strong arm, intimidate, and perform election interference to keep Donald Trump from running because the Dems are scared and they see the polls are showing otherwise. They're losing. They are completely losing, right? And here's the thing. To you who say That's not true. The Department of Justice is not being utilized by Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. Some of y'all don't know this. I was on the receiving end of the Department of Justice from Joe Biden. Yeah. Some of you don't know this. If you go to my channel, right? There's a magnifying glass in the lower, like in about I'll say about a little bit down the page. There's a magnifying glass on my channel, right? Let me see something here. Oh, dang it, I can't do that. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I can. I can show you guys something. Let me show y'all something. Okay, I'm gonna go into my YouTube channel and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I think I can flip this. Let's see. Okay, so here's my YouTube channel, right? If you go to, and I know to y'all is this gonna be some, if you go to my YouTube channel right here, here it is. Now, right here, see this? That magnifying glass. If you type right here, if you click on the magnifying glass, see it says search. When you go right here, you'll see if I type in domestic, I'm just going to type in domestic, right? When I type that in, look what it does. It gives you this video right here. See that? Breaking. Ty Smith, Illinois father, may be a domestic terrorist. And when you click on that video, you'll be able to see me on there with Newsmax because I started a whole snowball. Once I completely, I started a whole snowball of parents going to like board meetings, and these parents were all speaking out. And I started that when I spoke out against CRT, and it went like viral. It was like 81 million views worldwide, right? And all of a sudden, me and my family, we're traveling. I'm getting ready to go do a TED Talk. And on the way to do this TED Talk, I get this phone call from several news stations. And one of them was CNN. That was already a no. One of them was MSNBC. Absolutely not. And I end up doing an interview with Newsmax. And what it was is that they had put me on, I was on the list for being a domestic terrorist for speaking out at the school board meeting, making sure that my son was going to be protected from this crazy rhetoric of CRT and hypersexuality. Yeah. So what I'm saying that for, I'm just a regular dude. So that's what I'm trying to tell folks. I'm just a regular dude. If the Biden administration can put things out there to make the Justice Department go after me and try to put me down as being a domestic terrorist, look what they are doing to Trump. I wasn't intimidated by it. I had some family members who were freaking out. Like, you know, black folks, I had family from Tennessee. Oh, Lord Jesus, we used to call him mastermind. That boy is making bombs out of toilet bowl cleaner and aluminum foil, which I really did. We knew he was going to just, oh, Lord, teed and turn into a terrorist. Oh, Lord, gee, my grandson, what they talking about, my grandson is a terrorist. Family going crazy. Oh, my cousins, man, we heard that you like a terrorist, man, bro. Hey, y'all, yeah, it was crazy. So I was labeled as a domestic terrorist, and I didn't get no phone calls. In fact, I actually wrote the Department of Justice and I wrote the White House, and I told them I would be more than willing to have an open meeting with them live on video, and we can talk about this. And I want them to see if I'm a domestic terrorist. And you know what? They tried to go and find different things on me. Oh, well, we found out that in the 4th grade, your teacher, Chalice Perkins, said you once punched a kid in the nose. That's all y'all got on me? Oh, y'all can find no tickets, huh? Oh, you can find nothing that I did wrong, huh? Yeah. Now it's a threat, folks. When you have a clean record and you have not done anything crazy like that, they're threatened by your intelligence. And overall, the biggest thing is they are threatened by the truth. They don't like the truth. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else that happened. The other day I did a video and I was telling you guys, I know what works behind all of this. And some of y'all, look, I'm not going religious on y'all or nothing like that, but I told y'all have no idea how many sparks. Y'all have no idea how they completely lost it. YouTube demonetized this video when I told them I know exactly what it is and who it is that works with these politicians. I know why Letitia James and the judge, and I know why they're able to get away with it. I say because there is a entity that runs America. I know, look, y'all, I know, and I'm going to say it again. You don't have to believe me. You can think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. If you're not a spiritual person, it'll be hard for you to understand. You're going to think I'm going off in la la land and going all on conspiracies and everything like that. No, and I told you guys, and straight up, if it was not true what I'm getting ready to tell y'all, why did YouTube take like almost days before they were able to put my video back up? What is that? I said this. I said, I know that we say things like they are running the world. And we say things like, oh, these globalists, these elitists. And I say things like they have an agenda, right? I took it further. And you guys, somebody said, Ty, you always say to us, who are they? And I told y'all who they were. They are your Bill Gates, your Schwabs, the people up there. You can say the Biden family, but no, Biden family, them are just pawns. And the reason why I know how this thing works is because of this. Not giving away too much, but let's just say if my family, I'm just keeping it real, my family were organized criminals. And you guys all hear about gangs, gang violence. Well, what y'all need to understand, you need to understand who is running those gangs. You have families that run those gangs. Like y'all would say, the mafia. There can be people that's in the mafia, but there are families that run the mafia. So when it comes to gangs, even black family up in Chi-Town, families, certain names ran those gangs. So all y'all hear about is the gangsters. And you look at, man, these gangsters, man, these gangs, gangs. But nobody's going behind closed doors and say, well, who's running the gangs, right? You're going to have families that are running the gangs. And now you got to ask, who is giving these family instructions to run these gangs like this? So the reason I'm saying that is this. I told you about the Schwabs, the Bill Gates, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, and all them. They are the ones that are behind majority of this. George Soros, but underneath them, they have their gangsters per se. That's your Barack Obamas, your Bidens, and there's some Republicans in there too. They all do it for gain and all self-gain, whatever the case may be. And they only get offered these things because that's exactly what this entity offers them. This entity offered Jesus the same thing. Y'all, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna clarify why. Let me tell you this real quick though. Hit that thumbs up button for me. So in the Bible, Jesus was fasting 40 days and 40 nights. The entity, the devil, Satan, came and tempted Jesus with hunger. And one thing that he said that y'all need to pay attention to, don't believe me, go look this up. It's really, really important. The devil, Satan, the entity, said to Jesus, he said, look at all these kingdoms. He said, they are all mine to give to whom I please. He said, I will give you all these kingdoms if you would but worship me. And y'all all heard the story, is what does it gain a man what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? So you sell your soul. That's what he wanted Jesus to do. So my point in saying all that is this. The Bill Gates, the Schwabs, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, all of them, they're just the pawns that are pretty much giving a lot of orders out to Bidens and all them. A lot of our Republicans and Democrats, they are nothing but pawns. If you don't believe me, check this out. How is it that politicians that's just like you and I, they're no different. They came from regular jobs. They might have went to political science school, whatever the case may be. How is it that when they go to Washington, they all come out to be millionaires like Candace Owens said? How is that? How is it that they seem to be killing it in the market like Nancy Pelosi? They kill it in the market. So they gain something from that. That's why they want the wars to continue on, because they all make money from wars. They gain from that. They're profiting money from it. It's coming right back to them. That's why this deal that passed, ridiculous, it has nothing to do with America, but it do have something to do with Americans that's in politics. They get that money right back to themselves. Oh, we just passed a such $1 billion to help out Ukraine. Yeah, right. Wow, what's going to the border? Nothing. So when I said I'm going to clarify for you guys, this is it. That same entity that clearly told Jesus himself, these kingdoms are mine, and I can give those to whom I please, right? So the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, and all them, they all are in contact with evil entities. Y'all can say I'm crazy. I do not care. I know what I'm talking about. If I was not telling the truth on this, when I talk like this in my videos, they instantly get demonetized. YouTube got to have a 5-day thing where they go through like all types of stuff to look at my videos and say blah 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 blah. Why is that? Why is it that they want to block it? Why is talking about spiritual entities, they want to block it? I can get on here and people on YouTube can sit there and do hot yoga videos. They can sit there and tell you that if you drink pickle juice and frog toes and chicken spit, that you can grow back a finger. Those videos are up right now. But you get on here talking about things that our politics are involved in when it comes to spiritual entities and all that. All of a sudden, the video starts to buffer. It has a yellow stripe through it. They tell me, "Oh, we got to look at this video because this video does not come out as being advertiser friendly. We don't know if this video is following community guidelines." But yet, you can have twerking videos, booty shaking videos, people telling you to smear poop on your face, people telling you to smear semen on your face. I'm telling y'all, it's on here right now. These people. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them, they go to this witch lady where she instructs them to drink sperm milk. These videos are on YouTube right now. Don't believe me. Look them up. She would mix like human blood with male sperm and call it sperm milk to get the energy. And then Aleister Crowley, the same exact, they all do this weird stuff. Why do y'all think so much stuff is coming out in with pedophilia with Hollywood and all that? Why do you think it's all coming out with Puff Daddy? Why do you think it's all coming out with the guy from Nickelodeon? Why? Corey tried to tell y'all in the beginning. Look what it did to him. All this stuff is coming out now. Y'all think that this all just some like, oh, they just got some sexual issues. No, it's ritualistic because it's rooted in evil spiritual. It's spiritual. Why do you think they're allowing all these people to come in? Especially kids. These kids are disappearing. Why do you think that? They have to be able to do this to continue on the rituals that they do with these kids. Y'all, Aleister, look up Aleister Crowley. Don't believe me. Don't believe nothing I'm saying. Look up Aleister Crowley. Look him up. Look him up. Look up Skull and Bones with the Bushes and all them. Look it up. Don't believe me. Alex Jones tried to warn a lot of people, but y'all looked at him as being crazy. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with a lot of things that Alex Jones do per se and how he do it. But Alex Jones has been killing it with the stuff that he's been coming out with. Don't believe me. Because he gets on there, he's like, I'll tell you right now, Michelle Obama is a man. He says some stuff that I get that y'all be like, okay, he's off his rocker. But remember I told y'all in my last video, there are people that could be off their rocker that y'all think they are crazy, but at least go and try to see if what they're saying is true. Elizabeth, again, with the $10 super chat says, thank you. No, I thank you for that, and God bless you for that. So no, so what I'm saying this to you guys for is that there are, y'all, I'm telling you, if this man ever gets out of politics, I'm not gonna say his name. If he ever gets out of politics and he gets free from that, he will tell you. I've had different politicians literally email me and say, where did you get your teaching from? How do you know about the spiritual world? How do you know about this and that? Because that is some things that we do, but we don't do it for those reasons to be evil. So for somebody to sit there and write you an email saying we don't get involved with spiritual entities to do it for evil, there it is. But I promised them immunity by not spreading their name, but they just want to know, where did I get my training from? Like, training, what do you mean? It's called the Holy Spirit. It's called God's Holy Spirit. It said it will lead you into all truth and righteousness, and it has more power over the entities that y'all are messing with. And then here's the thing. If I responded to him like that and he goes, well, how do you know? He's not denying it, y'all. They're not denying it. I promise you, if I ever got to a point to where I had a lot of political people audience, the minute I start talking like I'm doing right now, you will watch them completely get uncomfortable and squirm. No, sir. No, we're not here for work. No, we're not here for religion. They'll try to cut you off because they know exactly what they are working with, period. They know the entities that they're working with. They know who they're serving. They know what they're doing it for. And notice this, all their agenda is all about the destruction of mankind, because the entity that's behind all this cannot stand you. It doesn't care if you're a Republican. It doesn't care if you're a Democrat. That's why this entity will use Republicans and it will use Democrats, because it does not care. And overall, it's giving them the profit of the whole world while they are selling their souls. They are literally selling their souls to the devil. NBA players do it. Hollywood people do it. A lot of them do it. They're selling their soul to the devil to gain and profit things of the world. And here's my thing. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is look at the end game of all of it. The end game is to destroy you and me, the most awesome creation God has ever made. That's why everything is going against God is like, look, y'all can look at what I'm doing. It's so natural. Look at the natural. You don't think that I exist? How do you look how your cells are able to do what they do? Who tells the cells what you really think that something just blew up out of the sky and all this stuff is here right now? You really believe that? You really believe that all these animals have strategic patterns and designs and all? You really think that's just by chance by some boring cells one day that just decided, oh, you know what? Since we're invisible and we're elements and we know, we just want to just do something. Think all the way to the, y'all, think all, I don't know how I got on this, y'all, but it's for somebody. Think all the way down to the very fabric of who you are in here. You see me as a flesh, but who am I? I am whatever is inside of this body. That's what I am. I am a mind. You are intelligent. And you really think that this just... Anyway, my point is saying all that. It's all about the spirituality part of it. These politicians know it. And when you talk like this, they get real uncomfortable. See, they can get up there all day long and say, God bless America, God bless America. But yeah, what God are they talking about? Be specific. What God, when they, and God bless America, what God are you talking about? What's the name? Huh? You better not say that name, because you know that the one that you are working with right now will not allow it. That's why they're trying to test. Why, look, that's why they are so against Christian. That's why they're putting this stuff in our face. It is his world, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the Bible says you are in the world, but you don't have to be of the world. That's why I say I don't give to, when people want to ask me to come and speak at some of these events and like regarding school, I tell them that's their playground. If I'm going to go into their territory, I'm going to make sure I stay doing what I'm supposed to do, but look, I'm in their territory. I'm going to play by their rules. That's why I made it clear, YouTube, that I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not saying no hate speech. I'm not doing any of those things because I know how y'all operate. But I do know how to get things across and tell the truth without me coming off as being some hateful person or something like that. So my point is this, ladies and gentlemen. All these different places that you go to, you have to look at it like this. If you go to a school and they're allowing these drag queens to come in there and read to your kids, and they're allowing this hypersexuality stuff to be taught to your children, look at it as, oh, wow, we get to see it. It's not in hiding anymore. They tried to a little bit, but now it's not in hiding. They putting it right there in our faces. It's not so we can necessarily always be like, look, I can't believe they're doing this. I can't believe they're doing that. It's mainly there so you can see and you can say, Lord, thank you for allowing this to actually show. Would you rather have something like a cancer inside you going on? Oh, I shouldn't even use that because of Kate Middleton. God bless her. I'm going to use it anyway. Would you rather have would you rather have something happen to where, I'll use this as an example. Would you rather have some weeds that were growing underneath your great lawn and your vegetables and fruit, and you can't figure out, why my fruit dying? Why is my grass always dead? Why is it? And then you go and dig up and you find, hey, you got a whole bunch of weeds under there. What do? You remove the weeds. Now, the reason why I'm saying is because the weeds actually grow up and they pop out of the ground. And then you look at it, you go, there's a weed. So the point is saying all that, the weed exposes itself so you can see that this is the thing that is destroying your land. This is the thing that's destroying your fruit. This is the thing that's destroying your grass. Now you have to do something about it. So when it comes to what we see going on in schools and politics, and you see all this evilness behind it, it's not necessarily so we can just point it out and go, look how evil it is. It's so we can do something about it. It's almost like they are daring us. Look, I'm from the hood. I grew up in the hood. And I'd say it all the time. There are a lot of different skills and just a lot of street smarts that I gained from living in the hood. One thing we could not get away with in the hood, at least in my gangster family, we could not get away with being punk, especially if you are a boy. You better not for the life of you let anybody punk you. Even if the person is a grown man and you are a preteen, if he beats you up, so be it, but you better not let that man punk you. You better not let him in other words, you better not let him bully you. You better do something about it. So now the question I'm saying is this. I always say this. What are we doing about it? I can't be everywhere. You guys are parents. It's up to you to get into your schools and find out what your kids are reading and go in there and be completely raged, like a justful rage, pissed off, and hand it to them. Tell them you are not. Where's the papers that so I can sign? My son is not going to learn it. Or what you say he got to taste is the pass. Well, guess what? I'm letting y'all know right now. My son, he's going to take the test, but I'm going to tell him to write his name and hand it in. Give him the 0. I don't care. School really don't matter anyway until you get older. Math, reading, writing, arithmetic. That's really all that matters. Some science, yeah, but you can learn that in college or on your own. My point is saying is that my young mentees, that's what I let the parents know. If they're trying to teach them this devilish stuff. Now, I'm not talking about teaching about Now, listen, follow me, y'all. I'm not talking about when it comes to anatomy and physiology. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the hypersexuality. We sign off on papers. None of our kids get taught that at all. None of them. They don't get taught straight sex, let alone they definitely not getting taught gay sex. They're not getting taught none of the sex at all because it's not time for them to learn that. There needs to be a natural progression in their biological makeup before you introduce them to that. Otherwise, you open up Pandora's box and you got kids being curious about everything, trying to touch, lick, suck. I'm serious. That's what they're doing. They want your kids to be interested in sex. They want to hypersexualize them and desensitize them to this nonsense so these kids ultimately can be destroyed in the end. That's why right now I tell you guys, why you think they pushing, why do you think they're allowing this to pass law that they can affirm your child? If you don't let your child get his penis cut off, you can lose your child. It's all about pushing the agenda because they know that in the end, it's going to destroy your child. They're going to be on hormones and medication for the rest of their life. And then also it's going to increase their depression by 70% when they trans over. It does, period. They don't care. They will be behind them. They will, yeah, affirm him. Yes, you are. A little boy comes up. Hey, I want to put on a dress because I feel like I'm a goyle. Oh, honey. That's so brave of you. You a boy. You about to go get some Tonka trucks, get some dirt. Matter of fact, we about to go to the park and do some obstacle courses. I'm gonna tell you, you about to go to the old school park where they got the little fake bulldoze and dig up some sand. Oh no, boys, we not putting no. They don't. Now they act like you can't do that anymore. They got y'all parents scared to tell you that to your own sons. I can have some kids today. If me and my wife had children today, there would be no problem. You want to know why? Because I'm a parent. I teach my kids what they need to learn while they're in this house. And I'm going to tell them that this stuff in school is a lie because those people are deceived and they are under the deception of the entities, of the evil ones. That's all. Y'all, it's not hard. And once you do that, my child, if my son was born today, boy, my teachers, I would be getting phone calls all the time. They'd be like, Ty, your son keeps raising his hand and telling me how I'm wrong about this. Yes, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am, you are. Well, Ty, your son turned in his homosexuality paper and he just wrote his name on it. Yes, I told him to do that. Well, he's going to get a 0 in gender studies. So, well, nothing. Well, do you want him to get good grades? No, we're not trying to get good grades in homosexuality. No, we're not trying to get grade in human sexuality. Now, we get good grades in anatomy, physiology, math, and science, and reading and social studies. Yeah, but we're not trying to get good grades in homosexuality. No. So be it. So what do we need to do? Nothing. He's going to keep on writing his name and turning it in and getting a 0. That's it. You got anything else you want to talk to me about, miss? No. Okay, moving on. Well, I don't understand. You don't need to understand. Mind your business. This is what I'm saying, folks, but a lot of parents don't do that. I don't know how I got on this, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm about to wrap it up. Unconventional Tia, my friend, and her husband, Unconventional, sends with the $5 super chat, says, Ty, you're teaching, sir. We need the Sabbath Bible study today. Teach and reveal. You already know 100%. Let your husband know I said, hey. And when I come down there, I'm looking forward to that Shake Shack. No. So, but yeah, I just want to sum this up, folks, because my whole rant in going over to the spiritual side about all this is whether y'all believe it or not, y'all. And some of y'all, it'd be hard for you to understand because unless you are over in this area, unless you are over in the spiritual realm, I look at each individual that I meet and talk with. I know that as a human being, biologically and anatomy makeup, I know that as a human being in front of me, but who I'm talking to, when I talk to that human being, that's that inner being that's inside of them. Y'all follow me? Your mind and who you think you are, that's who you are. That's who I'm talking to. And that's the heart that I want to get to when we're dealing with certain issues. And that's how I see all these people. So anytime you look, it's really easy to decipher whether they are a Republican, whether they are a teacher, a preacher, your social workers, whether they are CEOs, whether they are presidents, whether they are Congress, whether they are state reps. All you have to do is look at their lifestyle and what they do. Look at what they push forward versus what they keep back. Look at what they would encourage versus what they won't let go forward. That would tell you exactly what they are into. And like I said, it's on the Republican side. It's on the Democrat side. A lot of them are completely evil. A lot of them are completely nasty. A lot of them got some issues going on up here to where they want to touch little kids and all this, because when you think about it, how in the world did this make its way to legislation that somebody thought it would be a good idea for kids to know about butt plugs and dingling rings and stuff like that? What would even enter into a person's mind to think that that's something that children should be looking at, and something that children should be taught for education? What's educational about that? No. That's why here we had it to where we shut the stuff down. They tried to teach what consensual sex was in the 3rd grade. In the 3rd grade. So, to sum all this up, the reason I'm telling you all this is because no matter who you meet in life, no matter how nice they appear, I tell y'all, even with me, what's inside me, what drives me, what pushes me, and you see my actions, that will let you know all the things you need to know. I don't care how much modern Renaissance, man. I don't care how much I talk. I don't care how much I encourage y'all. I don't care how y'all tell me, oh man, I love your channel, da da da. Who I am behind closed doors is who I really am. I can be put on the facade. So I'm saying that because all you have to do is do exactly what Jesus Christ said in the Bible. He said, don't believe my words. If you don't believe my words, he said, at least believe the works that I'm doing. Right? He said, at least believe the works that I'm doing. So the reason I say that, you're not going to hear about no story about, oh, Ty got some kids locked up in his house. Ty got some kids. Oh, we heard that Ty had some kids. And oh, you know, you will never hear anything like that about me. Never. But when you got little kids talking about some, man, dude, when you got grown up kids talking about my dad made me shower with him. When you got these kids in Hollywood all coming out right now talking about what certain people did to them, when you got videos of Justin Bieber hurry up and jumping it up and looking around because he was sucking off Odell Beckham, yeah, y'all don't believe me, go look it up. Justin Bieber was caught on video sucking off Odell Beckham, and somebody, hey, and Justin Bieber looked up, lips all wet and everything. Don't believe me. So my point in saying that is that Jesus said, if you don't believe my words, believe my works. So if I'm telling you guys, if I'm telling you by word what I do and who I am, you will see the works behind that. Now, you also got people who would tell you who they are, what they do, and all this and that, but then their works don't line up. And that's why Jesus turned around and said, you will know them by their fruit. Fruit is something that is made up to the point to where it is produced. And if anybody out there claiming to be a sweet peach tree, and you looking at it like, oh, no, you look like a lemon. No, I'm a peach tree. Okay, you still look like a lemon. No, I'm a peach tree. Okay, you believe you're a peach tree, but you look like a lemon tree. Tell you what, let me take this down. Smells like a lemon. Ooh, this is sour. No, I'm not. I'm sweet. No, sir, or ma'am, you are a lemon tree. You're not a peach. So there are people out there that do that. They live next door to y'all. They live across the street from y'all. They work with y'all. They do. Their works will show. And right now, again, if there's anything, any administration, any organizations, NAACP, any organization y'all can think of, if you look at the overall ultimate goal, and if that ultimate goal is to cheat people and to ultimately lead to their destruction of their lives, of their mental lives and their spiritual lives, it's telling you all that you need to know, plain and simple. So anyway, with that being said, folks, make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all get out of here. I really appreciate you guys all being in here and taking your time out of your day to hear me rant on this. Again, I think this is a huge win for Donald Trump. I think this might have been a thing where he always kind of had it, but he was just trying to see how it was all going to play out. And now, I hate to say it this way, we're going to have to wait for the next thing that's going to come up. They couldn't break him here. They couldn't break him financially. So what are they going to do next? They want to seize his properties. So what's next? Because it may seem like it, but y'all, November is not a long way from here. What, we in what? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You talking 8 months. Mark my words, on this day, it's going to completely increase. It's going to be completely extreme. It's going to get very extreme to where, when you remember how they did with the Fauci ouchie hokey pokey clock shot C-19 stuff, where they had y'all convinced that people like me was the reason why y'all were getting sick. They had some of y'all convinced that healthy people were carrying around the the C-19 virus and making y'all sick because they were asymptomatic. What am I saying that for? If they got some of you idiots to believe that some healthy people is the reason why the virus is spreading, then they can get you idiots to believe that anybody that's MAGA or anybody that's Republican, anybody that's for Trump are the enemy. No, Todd, that will never. Okay, like I said, not saying it's gonna happen, but mark my words. They already been saying some things like that. The MAGA, they're the reason why. They're dangerous. Look what they. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. They're gonna have to find some reason to fight against Trump because Trump is out there killing it. Plain and simple. Anyway, folks, again, I appreciate y'all all being here. Hit that like button before y'all get out of here. I really, really am humbled by the amount of people that are in here. Hey, YouTube. Hey, YouTube AI, YouTube moderators, YouTube second level agents. Hi, didn't work. Anyway, folks, that's all I have for right now. And it's just, to me, it's another win for Trump. And although think about this in this way. To us, that's a ton. Although Trump, once he appeals this, if he wins his money back, great. But if Trump appeals this and they still somehow turn it down, which I don't see how, in what universe Trump won't win this appeal and get his money back when it goes to the Supreme Court. But look what happened. They tried to get Trump for $400 some odd million, and yet Truth Social is going to hit the market and Trump is going to inherit $3 billion. Some of y'all Dems, y'all gonna be pissed off about that. Look at God. Trump lost $430 million and then he got blessed with $3 billion. Won't he do it? Hey, I appreciate y'all all being here. Y'all all have a good one. I'm Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.